This is your WW3 News, the 8th of December 2025. I think everyone has heard it and the whole world has heard Putin's latest warning, I should say. If Europe wants war with Russia, there will be a swift retaliation. This means the use of nuclear weapons, not conventional weapons, because Putin always has stated as well, we are in Ukraine currently a military intervention. He's not going down and bomb the whole fuck out like the West does, NATO especially. NATO's notoriously attacking countries. And yet we got Venezuela yet to be attacked by America, a bit like Vietnam and stuff like that. Now, what's going on? We're kept in the dark. What's really the real shit's going on regarding a list of things. There are politicians, top brass military things in Europe saying we must get ready to fight a war with Russia. Reintroduction of military service in most European countries, mysteriously, not to discipline the youths, because they're all down all day playing video games or on the bloody social media and so on. It's to fight a possible war. Germany asked for a missile system, which I think it's the FAB system. And Italy as well has asked for a missile system from America, which they're going to be sold to them. 300 million euros for it. We must have a space shield. Well, when it comes to military stuff and like that, will it serve any purpose? That'll be another video. Plus, you had a few months ago one of those krooners of Brussels, that lady with that fancy bag, in a very ironic way telling Europeans to prepare a bug-out bag. And most ironic of all is, you must be ready, but it doesn't mean it's going to happen. Where I have heard that phrase before. I don't know whether you've seen the film Threads. That announcer in the background, protect and serve, which is called in the 1980s British preparation for nuclear war on the population, civil defence thingy bob. Mind you, there are countries which have been warning their population and even preparing booklets about it. The fact is, anything that's going to happen, we're going to be the last ones to know, because 90% of people from a I think American military think tank, in case of an EPM deployed over North America, 90% of people will die for various causes. One, for panic and chaos and the collapse of society as it is. The last thing you need is to spook people. And obviously you've been watching doom and gloom channels, World War III and stuff like that. They don't, most of them say you should prepare for a certain event. It's difficult to prepare for a certain event. You must have certain skills, certain resources, certain awareness about your environment, what possible scenarios which you could face. Because they know the powers that be, the occult, the oneness in whatever they are, the great part of the human population, they want it. extinct, killed, because we're too much for them. Whether you believe this or not is another thing, because seeing all this shit about AI and advancing robotics is very plausible, such dystopian cyberpunk scenario. So, not to be so dependent on the state for certain things, because as soon as you get into the radar of the occults or the powers of be, wherever you are, and you're self-reliant and you live off grid, they tend to demonize you, and they tend to, you know, how do you say, give you a bad name. Tend to looking for an scapegoat. Oh, they're the ones, oh, the tinfoil hat people and stuff like that who lives off grid and stuff like that. All that shit. Because they know one of the things what they hate is about people who are self-reliant, know how to, in most situations, how to survive, basically. But basically, this society is a very paranoid society. It's becoming as mass surveillance, control, tracking. That is coming, and it's already here. In certain countries, it's already rolling out. This type of Big Brother society, and so on. And there is so much information, even on the web, about how to prepare for certain situations. It's not exactly saying you have to live off grid. I think it's a question, you have one foot in the door and the other foot in the house, basically, situation. You have to just be aware, a bit prepared how to deal with a certain situation. Whatever mass catastrophic event it is. Mind you, there's a lot of information out there. Even the governments, until some decades ago, had had propaganda and this type of information. But mind you, there are still some countries around the world who said to the population, you must prepare because you never know, something might happen. And it's not exactly saying listening all the time, the wolf, someone's crying wolf all the time, then after you get really pissed off, tired about it, feeling about it. This is probably their tactic they're doing, to put you off a little bit. It's probably better for most people they don't front a scenario after a certain catastrophic event, because they won't be able to survive. It's probably the most humane way to avoid that, because our creature comfort society is all computers, electronics, fast transport, electricity, and so on. And most of these creature comforts of modern society, when the lights go out, or when the bomb goes off, or an outbreak of so-called virus, you never know. Collapse society, it will cease to exist. So it's wise to be ready, not like those doomsday people. They you know, lock themselves in the in some house, God knows where, in the middle of nowhere. You can be in everyday preparedness, which probably be a good video and to be documented on PON as well. In our own capacity, we can prepare, inform, study certain things, how to be a prepper, to be precisely trying to say. And it could be make a difference in everyday life or death situations every day, not just possible nuclear war or another fucking virus or an EPM attack or God knows what, some event of mass destruction of one civilization.